be back. So we're going to talk about alligators today, and I thought to really set that off, there's nobody better than kind of give you the history of where we've been with alligators than Tom Murphy. Tom has worked with the South Carolina DNR. He went to work in '75 and stayed with them through 2009 as their endangered species biologist. Most of that time was spent one way or the other working with alligators, bald eagles, and a number of other threatened and endangered species. But Tom had his whole career with alligators, and he's continued that with picking up on, as you'll learn as we kind of tag team through this. So I'm going to let Tom talk about where we've been with alligators, and then we'll talk about kind of what we're having to do today.
I've been chasing alligators for about 44 years. Started out on the Savannah River plant, working with the effects of thermal loading on the alligator population on the Beaufort Fully Reservoir.
Sir, would you use the mic? This old fellow can't hear very good.
That was the idea.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
So we're talking about an animal that's been on this planet for 180 million years. And they look pretty much just like they do now 180 million years ago. They were a little bit bigger, average about 39 feet. There are 23 species of crocodilians in the world. There's American alligator, and then there's the Chinese alligator. That's the only two alligator species. We also have crocodiles, caimans, gavials, demiscinas, all sorts of shapes and forms. But they are all temperate, they're all tropical except for the American alligator, which is the most temperate of any of the crocodilians in the world. We killed 6.5 million alligators in the late 1800s through the early 1900s legally. There probably killed another 6.5 million illegally. So that really had an impact on the genetics and the population and behavior of alligators. They are one of the most benign of any of the croc species. They're also very smart. They don't look it, they look very primitive, but the more we study them, the more things we see that they do that we never thought they were capable of. And one of the things when you catch an alligator at night using a light, one time, you're not going to do it a second time. And you can go back 10 years later, it still remembers that bad episode. So we invented a baited set, as you see here. Alligator goes through the snare, grabs the fish, that trips the surgical tubing and puts a snare around the neck. This is not an episode of Gator Boys. We do everything as safely as we can. I've handled over 1,500 alligators without injury, and I'd like to keep it that way. And I'm trying to keep Ernie safe, but sometimes I just can't do it. We take a variety of measurements. One of the ones that people are most familiar with, the distance from the front of the eyes to the tip of the snout in inches is equal to the total body length of the feet. That's a 1:12 ratio. When we were doing a lot of reproductive work, we realized that if you measure the hindfoot, that also is 1:12 ratio. So we could go to an alligator nest, find the hind footprint, and tell how big the female was without having to actually capture her. Females matured about 7.5 feet here in South Carolina. That means they're between 13 and 20 years old, depending on their actual growth rate and the habitat. This is an aerial view of the alligator nest. It's just a little haystack out in the marsh. The work we're doing now in these residential areas, they rarely look like this. Most of the nests we see out on the gated communities are stacked up leaves and dirt. And the sex of an alligator is determined by the incubation temperature of the eggs. The cooler it is, the more females you have. They hatch out 6.5 inches, 3.5 ounces. And that's a really small animal. The females open about 90% of the nest. They walk over the nest at night. When the young are about to hatch, they start mobilizing. And that's her cue to open the nest. 27% of the eggs that are laid actually hatch, but that's considering entire clutches that are lost to raccoons and others that are inundated with high tides and stuff like that. So if you eliminate you eliminate the total failure nest, it's really about 65–70% hatch. Grow 4 to 6 inches a year. Females grow a little bit slower than the males. In all populations that have ever been studied, it's a 60–40 male bias sex ratio. We don't know why that is or how that is, because there's so much difference in the temperature during incubation. 80% of all alligators are under 6 feet. So when we say we have 100,000 alligators, we have 20,000 adults. So that's your harvest strategy. You really can't depend on the juveniles to be doing anything. So when an alligator reaches 9.5 feet, it has now increased its hatching weight about 925 times. If we did that, we'd weigh about 5,000 pounds. So, and this is key to the alligator and the biology of an alligator. Because they're all different sizes, they feed on all different things. The youngs are feeding on insects, and they feed on frogs, minnows, and they're feeding on fish, gar, carp, and all the way up to the big males can actually take deer. Everybody underestimates the smaller alligators. They see a 5-footer and they think it's 3. They see a 10-footer, they think it's 12. And I don't know why, but alligators are always 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 feet. They're not 17 or 15, or I don't know what rule that breaks. You can see as they get longer, when they reach about 8 feet, every time they grow a foot, they double their body weight. So that's why these big males, and only males can go over 9.5 feet. One of the things we did when I first came to DNR is we tracked alligators that were being relocated. At the time they were still endangered, so they weren't killing them. And it turns out that if you move an alligator less than 40 miles, it's going right back home. The females get back in just a few weeks, the males take much longer, sometimes over a year. And of course my students explain that's because the females ask directions. So when we think about, we have 1 pair of bobcats per square mile, we have 3 to 5 alligators per acre in some of our management areas, and that's because they exploit all different sizes and types of prey. They have an eye shine. Actually what's happening there is that light is going past the rods and the cones. It's taking a membrane in the back of the eye, goes back across the rods and cones, so these are like once in, once out, so you can see under very dark conditions. These little round bumps are pressure sensors. So if an alligator's underwater, and you go to the water's edge and you slap the water, he knows exactly where you are. And he can come right to that spot without coming to the surface. They're very efficient ambush predators. And we see tremendous concentrations of alligators when we draw down the waterfowl impoundments. We're concentrating fish about 10 times denser than what it was when it was flooded. In some way, these alligators know that no matter where it is. We had one instrument, an alligator traveled 10 miles to get to the drawdown. How that animal knew that drawdown was there, I have no idea. And for all those that think they've seen a 13-foot alligator, this is a 13-foot alligator. But as long as you respect and understand and behave around alligator habitat, there's really nothing dangerous about the animals. We do, unfortunately, get an occasional bite. That's more dealing with human behavior than it is with alligator behavior, and it's certainly unfortunate. But if you respect the animal, you really won't have any problem with it.
Any quick questions for Tom while I change this up a minute?
Here's one. No recipes?
Treat it like chicken.
Okay.
No, actually, it's a very good meat. It's 21% protein, low fat. It doesn't have a lot of flavor, so that's why you see it in a lot of Cajun dishes where they have. When I started working with alligators, I went down to Louisiana. They never even thought about eating alligator. That's how much things have changed. But actually, what happened was when the green sea turtle was listed, the novelty meat in Florida went away, and they replaced that with alligator.
Are nuisance alligators being relocated?
No.
Or to be disposed of?
All of them being disposed of. Even if it's a true nuisance alligator, even if it stayed where you put it, it's still going to be a nuisance alligator. And once you've fed an alligator, that gator cannot be changed. You cannot change the behavior of that animal. It's a fed gator is a dead gator. I mean, that's a very simple truth.
Do you get any idea how many tags are issued, legal tags that are issued a year?
We take about 1,000 alligators a year. Unfortunately, over half of those are over 10 feet. And 10 feet and above is only 3% of the alligator population. And those animals are 50, 55, 60 years old. And I can't see where you can sustain an annual harvest on an animal that takes 50 years to get there.
Thank you, Tom. All right, I want to pick up from there, and obviously this isn't an eagle. But one thing our profession, the profession Tom and I are in, wildlife biologists, over the years, we've been very successful at bringing back animals that have been on the brink. The alligator is an obvious example. The bald eagle is another obvious example. White-tailed deer, if you go back in time, I didn't grow up with deer in Newberry County. We didn't have them. Wild turkeys and so forth.